My name is Onika Asamoah Caesar, and I'm the proud founder and owner of Fulton Street Books and Coffee right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. More than a space for books and great coffee drinks, we are a Black liberatory space. We center the stories, the narratives, and the lived experiences of people of color and marginalized communities in this country. One of the things I love about bringing this space to Tulsa is that when I moved here in 2013, Fulton Street was the kind of space that I yearned for, that I needed as a young Black person in Tulsa, but couldn't find. What I didn't plan for was opening in the middle of a pandemic, and that has presented its own set of unique challenges. At Fulton Street, we are really centered in community. Geographically, we're smack dab in the middle of a neighborhood, and so building community is very important to us. Being a space to gather, to come together, to build community is what we built a good amount of our identity around. And in the middle of a pandemic, we just cannot do that. Even though COVID brought a set of challenges, we also had an opportunity. So in the middle of a pandemic, while everyone is quarantined at home, we were also witnesses to the murder of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor at the hands of law enforcement. And I think what being at home in quarantine forced people to do was take a look in the mirror and question why our country and our community was in a space where that was possible to happen. And so we were on the receiving end of a lot of folks who are reaching out wondering what to read first, what are the books on the history of race in this country? And because we believe in literacy as a tool for liberation, we were well positioned to respond. And our response to help create a more seamless set of resources for folks who wanted to learn how to be better allies was the Ally Box. And so we were able to curate a reading list along with additional resources and an online learning community for folks who wanted to go on a journey of being a better ally. What I always say is books are necessary but not sufficient. And so throughout that whole entire process, even though we're booksellers, we love books, we wanted to push people beyond just reading. How do you take what you're learning and change the way that you show up at home, change the way that you show up at your job, change the way that you show up in this world to create change? Even though the pandemic forced us to think differently about how we build community, to change the ways that we build and create community, we still feel like we've been able to be a resource and a bright spot in the midst of the pandemic. We are also just very much so looking forward to the day where you can walk into Fulton Street, you can give a hug to the friend, the neighbor, the person you see there, and really have it be a space for gathering. We're looking forward to not having masks. We're looking forward to book events and authors coming to town and really being a vibrant space where you walk in, you see a neighbor, you meet a new friend, and really being able to live out our vision of being a space centered in community and community building. So we encourage folks to stop by and check us out. We have very strict COVID protocols in place. You can also find us online at fultonstreet918.com or follow us on all social media platforms at fultonstreet918. We look forward to seeing you in sometime in the future. Thanks for having us.